Hello, I'm Death, and this is my band.
Well, it's not your band, is it?
I know, I know that. I was just being figurative.
How is that figurative? We all have equal roles here. It's the Four Horsemen in the Apocalypse, not Death and the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
It's more our band, isn't it?
Anyway, this is the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Say hello. And you're going to be following us around behind the scenes as we prepare for our comeback show in a little show we like to call Death Talks.
We're not going with that, are we?
No, no, we'll come up with something much more punchy later.
Some of the highest ranking members of the government of the afterlife lead double lives. Many people know death, pestilence, war and famine as busy officials with some of the most important jobs in existence. But many more also know them as the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. For millennia, these four reign supreme as the musical tour de force for all ascended beings. Their rise to fame, fall from grace and triumphant return is a story for the ages. And we have been given full access to that story. We'll be covering the full breadth of their career, but what better place to start than the beginning?
Well, me and War just go way back, like right to the beginning. In the early days when things were just wild and crazy. I'm just one day minding my own business, reaping souls as I do, when I get this just huge wave of humans killing each other. Someone, not naming names, was out there getting them to fight each other.
Well, could you blame me? I mean, they are so cute, just watching them fight each other. I mean, how was I supposed to know that somebody else had to clear it up? There wasn't much communication back then.
Well, anyway, I find the person responsible, and I burst in, ready for a scrap. I've got my knife, I'm going to cut people, it's going to be dangerous, and it turns out that's quite nice. And we have a nice conversation, we hit it off.
Yeah, me and Death sort of shared the same passion for music, and one day we just started jamming together.
Yeah, we did a couple of live shows, mostly covers, which was an issue back then because most music originally was just kind of chanting.
Yeah, it didn't really suit our vibe. Even from the early days, we were just kind of punk, you know?
Yeah. You did real music, not chanting.
Yeah, I don't know
Shit.
if you guys would really
Don't do
understand,
chanting.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's why you don't really find it on Spotify these days, unlike our music, which is famous.
While their early efforts weren't very successful, Death and War had formed a bond that would last all of eternity. Though what they needed were some bad, ageless entities. Some people who screamed stage presence. Lucky for them, they'd find two of them soon enough.
Well, how did we meet? It was through work, actually. You see, Famine came up with this great idea of a cross-department team-up. 10 Great Plagues in ancient Egypt. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Why, thank you.
But you have to understand, this was early days Famine, before they went all loopy and, well, that happened.
You could have just left it at, well, that was a good one, wasn't it? Anyway, we threw everything at them. Frogs, locusts, boils.
That whole water into blood thing, classic. But yeah, we kept in touch after that. Then one day some bloke comes into my office shouting about some chaos I caused them. Something about paperwork and upper management and a load of shit. But anyway, that's how I met Death. I managed to smooth things over. I offered them a drink and a hand to help out the paperwork.
The 10 Plagues of Egypt thing? Fuck off, did they do the paperwork? I have to do that all by my fucking self. In fact, I still have the bloody paperwork right here. That bastard didn't even apologise. Little bitch.
Either way, when they found out I played, I started jamming with War and Death. They seemed keen to start another group and asked if I wanted to join. Of course I said yes, and well, it took a while though for us to take off.
Yes, you, could say something was missing.
Yeah, maybe.
Or even someone.
All right, go on then, tell them your bit.
Well, you see, at the time, I was with another group, the 8 Deadly Sins. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound familiar. Well, you see, me and another band member, we didn't really get on. I won't name any names. Gluttony. And apparently, I directly contradict another band member's whole identity, and that famine isn't really a sin. So they kicked me out.
Yeah, once famine was out of the sins, I invited them to join the rest of us, and, well, it's history. But what happened to the 7 deadly sins anyway?
They did alright for a while, but some mortal music producer nicked their idea in the 90s and made a group that completely eclipsed them. I think their name was S Club 7?
Oh, yeah, S Club 7. I think I did some disease rounds at some of their concerts, you know.
Did you? Well, I haven't heard of any of them since.
Yeah, well...
Once they were up and rocking, it didn't take long for the Horsemen's sound to catch on. They took the afterlife by storm. Angels, demons and spirits alike were united by their music.
It was also quick. Our music spread faster than the Great Plague of Babylon. Feels good to one-up yourself.
It was a real shock. I mean, 1 minute, I'm this dark figure of death, feared by all. And the next thing I know, I'm getting ghosts coming up to me and asking me to, well, sign their knickers. And I've never seen a pair of knickers before. I'm just a young little death, and all of a sudden this stranger ghost has got the knickers off, and they're asking me to sign it. And I'm just like, what do I do? What can you do? I want my money.
Of course, the band's success wasn't just a surprise to themselves. Their departmental higher-ups suddenly had to deal with having several rock stars in their employ.
Ah, yes. I remember those days. Death was already making waves with their little band when I took over. We had countless spirits queuing up just to meet Death. Hardly appropriate for a professional environment. So I put a stop to it immediately. I still hear some of the more zealous ones during cabinet meetings. In hell.
The Four Horsemen's music attracted some of the most devoted fans. Many would wait for decades just to get good tickets. Even the mortals wrote about them. Some have been devoted since day one, all those millennia ago.
I love the Four Horsemen so much, especially Famine. They're like the best one. I've been following their work for ages. The fall of Rome, the blights of Egypt. That was mostly Famine. It's just so hot, you know, like so iconic, so amazing. I wish I could follow them more. I used to do it all the time, until the restraining order.
Some fans also have the privilege of working alongside the band members themselves. We sat down with 2 fans who have a close relationship with the Grim Reaper themselves.
Yeah, we both work with Death in Limbo. Sal here is a Reaper, and that bunch do most of the reaping of souls now. Death does some every now and then, but they do the bulk of the work. And I'm a processor, which means once the souls are sent to Limbo, I make sure they get sent to the right place.
Death's our boss. They're quite a nice boss, really, quite relaxed with us, though they always seem a bit stressed.
And tired.
And scatterbrained.
And burnt out. Don't forget burnt out.
But other than that, it's pretty good working for Death. I think we were both attracted to the department because of the star power. It was quite a shock seeing Death just do a regular job. They're an absolute whiz at paperwork, though.
Oh God, they are, aren't they? I once saw them sit at a desk for like a month straight, maybe more, just going after document after document, file after file. They were like a machine.
Wow. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't know what else they did other than work and cry. What? Oh right, keep focused on the Four Horsemen, sorry about that. Oh, we actually met during a Four Horsemen concert, didn't we, Joe?
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? God, that must have been over 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, I was a fresh mortal soul, new to the afterlife, and I thought it'd be nice to see a concert. And there Joe was, drinking wine. I was taken aback, firstly by the fact there was alcohol in the afterlife, and second by the fact that you were drinking wine at a concert. Who drinks wine at a concert?
I mean, everyone.
Right, okay. What? Right, Horsemen, of course. No more distractions. It was a cracker of a concert there, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. Those four really know stage presence. You really felt like it was the bloody apocalypse. At one point, war set fire to the entire audience.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all ethereal beings, so it didn't really change things. But still, it was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, oof. I know, right. Maybe war thought we were extra flammable because we were all spirits, eh?
Oh my god, that's such a good one, Sal.
Thanks.
Oh, you made me laugh. Oh my god. Well, we really hit it off that night. I showed Sal the ropes to the afterlife. But after that, we didn't really stay in touch. Until one day I was working in Limbo, and who should come strolling along one day but Sal. We were best mates ever since.
Yeah, Joe took me under their wing at the start, like, you know, at the concert really. Showed me how to work the coffee machine, not to smell it, blech, how to get a free snack from the vending machine, or the best place to nap when I'm on break.
They reminded me of when I was a tad younger. Oh, to only be a millennia old.
Yeah, you were mortal once, weren't you, Joe?
I think so, yeah. It's been so long though.
Yeah, because I definitely remember being mortal, but not a fat lot else about it. Not even my name or gender. If I had a gender. I think I had a gender. Oh shit, sorry. We're really bad at this, aren't we? Okay, last time. We'll stay on topic, promise. I think I was a leek farmer.
You, a farmer? Now that I'd like to see. You in a field with a little hat and gloves.
Yeah, I think it makes sense really. I do have an affinity for chickens.
No, you have an affinity for fried chicken.
That too. Oh, remember when I reaped Colonel Sanders? Oh, that was a riot.
What? That's enough? I mean, we could talk some more if you want. That's no issue. Oh. All right then. Well, I thought we were doing rather well. We could have talked for hours, right, Sal?
Oh yeah. I mean, that reminds me of that time they...
At their peak, Four Horsemen concerts would sell out in an instant. Millions upon millions packed into venues throughout all of existence just to see their favourite band perform. Fans went wild for them, storming them wherever they went.
I tried to get a job with Famine once. I was hoping for a personal assistant, but apparently sniffing their hair during the interview wasn't acceptable behaviour. I don't know. Anyway, so I just started showing up to work anyway. I didn't need payment. Seeing Famine was payment enough. That was when the restraining order happened. So now I just make collages of me and Famine being friends. Look, this is my favourite one. You can almost smell their hair, like... Or this one, so cute. I found their face in like this concert magazine. And this one.
Of course, it wasn't just the fans that went crazy. The Horsemen's antics themselves were outrageous.
Oh, we did have some fun though, didn't we? I used to be able to work the crowd into such a frenzy. You should have seen our mosh pits. Our mosh pits would make the Somme look like two old ladies slowly colliding on their mobility scooters.
Though it wasn't smooth sailing all the time, eventually the pressure of the band built up and cracks started to show.
There was this one time, we were playing a gig for the Mayans, and I might have given the promo people the wrong date. Barely anyone turned up to the concert. And then in 2012, people look back at the Mayan posters, but everyone loses their mind thinking we're doing a comeback tour.
Of course, I had to accept that the Grim Reaper had other interests outside of their job, but the drop in quality of their work during the Horsemen's prime was inexcusable. They sent Vlad the Impaler to heaven. I mean, the guy might have been a laugh, but the whole impaling thing isn't really heaven material.
The Horsemen's time in the spotlight wouldn't last forever. With the mortal population growing, the hierarchy of the afterlife became more rigid. Gone were the days of sacrifices and orgies to appease the gods. Now a 9-to-5 working week and sensible office attire were the order of the day. The influx of work meant the band struggled to cope.
Everyone seems to think that there was this great big cataclysm between us and that's why the band ended. But that just really isn't the case.
Yeah, there wasn't even really a conscious effort to end it. We just kind of fizzled out.
As we modernised, we all had more work to do. More admin, more paperwork, everything. Plus we had to book time off for rehearsals and performances, and pulling a sickie is kind of hard when you're the one in charge of disease.
Yeah, and we always got this kind of feeling that upper management didn't really approve of the band.
News of the Four Horsemen's breakup sent shockwaves across the afterlife. Fans, friends of the band, and even the higher-ups were reeling.
I was heartbroken when it happened. I cried for years. Literally. I had noise complaints from the neighbours and everything.
I was gobsmacked. Never thought I'd see the day.
I was working with Death the day the news broke out. They looked really sad. Well, really tired, but like particularly tired.
Yeah, see, I heard they had a screaming match with their boss right before then.
The Hellsec? Now that's juicy.
A lot of people claim that I was the one who broke up the band. But that is simply preposterous. I'm a government minister, not a record producer. Besides, the Grim Reaper is the physical embodiment of death. They're a professional. They shouldn't be playing pop star.
Of course, during these dark times, each band member struggled in their own way.
But things got boring without the band. It was the best of times, like back then when we were all together. I mean, what's better than just goofing off and hanging out with your best mates?
I think I managed to cope better than the others. That's not to say it wasn't tough. I mean, I really didn't have much of a creative outlet without the band. It's not much opportunity to have fun in my line of work. I mean, diseases aren't punk, are they? Hospitals aren't grunge. It's not really a place to goof around. But you know, I do remember this one time. It was after a gig, and we were all just chilling out backstage, and this really annoying fan was just trying to get to us, trying to talk to us. So Death went up to them, and he turned their hands into a pair of snakes that kept biting him. I mean, they were running around and screaming, and while that was going on, I turned his underwear into a swarm of hornets. Man, those were the good times. But we were all just forced to grow up. Well, most of us were.
Work did get rather tough for me. And without the band to relax, it did get pretty bleak for a while. And even worse than that, I still had fans after me. There was this one that just kept on posting pictures after pictures of people hugging with mine and their faces over it. It looked fucking psychotic. Then I had all this shit at work. Hunger's a lot harder to do now. The humans really are good at making food. And even when I have a little bit of success, they find a way to ruin it. I mean, I cause a famine in Ethiopia, and bloody Bob Geldof organises the world's musicians against me to feed them. Killjoy. I mean, when you're up against Freddie Mercury, there's no hope, is there?
And that was the story of the Four Horsemen, a group of close friends and brilliant musicians who soared to dizzying heights but then were brought crashing down into the regular 9-to-5 life. That was the case until earlier this year when a newly departed soul, Cynthia Elliott's, changed everything forever.
Well, I had just died, and I was a bit taken aback by how different things are up here. I mean, it's all a bit corporate, not quite clouds and angels. And then I met Death, just this tired husk of a thing, decked out in a shirt and this dreadful pink tie. At the moment I saw them, I knew they needed help.
And help them she did. After working briefly together, Cynthia convinced Death to rebel against the higher-ups and reform the Four Horsemen.
You want me to talk about the Grim Reaper reforming the band? You mean the time that he went AWOL and caused untold chaos to my department? The absolute...
Cynthia was a great help at the start. She's very persuasive. I hadn't even really thought about getting the whole band back together before she came along.
I mean, I had to do something. They look so sad and tired. Like, so tired. I mean, I didn't know the physical embodiment of death could even have worry lines, and yet there they were.
Yeah, I was running on fumes, but I was stoic about it. I kept it all under the hood. Didn't let anyone else really know about it, but that's besides the point. Once we went AWOL, she was key in bringing the whole band back together. She wouldn't take no for an answer.
And Cynthia certainly didn't take no for an answer. Soon the band were reunited and ready to play their first comeback concert. While unfortunately interrupted by the health secretary, practically the entire afterlife had gone wild for the band's long-awaited return.
I was on cloud 9 when Famine returned. I literally wet myself with excitement. I dropped everything and stormed straight over to the gig. I wasn't allowed in because of all the times I'd rooted through the bins for their belongings, but as I was being dragged away, I caught a brief glimpse of Famine's cute face. I screamed so loud, apparently the bouncer still has tinnitus, and I still managed to see the concert. Through binoculars.
The fan outpouring in response to the reunion was nothing short of monumental. The group were permitted time to rehearse for a proper comeback, and for her efforts, Cynthia was brought in as a second Grim Reaper to help Death.
Mortal, your time has come. Make peace with your gods, and come with me.
Working with Death has been an absolute pleasure. Whether it's in the office or watching them and the band rehearse, it's just been an honour to be with them. I mean, before I died, the most important thing I had going on in my life was my grand's birthday. Can't believe she outlived me.
Yeah, now with Cynthia on board, I have way more time to play with the band or just relax.
Смирния ваше време пришло. Смирите за богомия и почемте с мной.
The hardest part of the new job? Learning the languages. Yeah, I didn't even realise that most of the souls I'd be reaping wouldn't speak English. I think I've got Russian down though. Tvoj čas propal, skazi Bogu paka I pashli. How was that?
Yeah, that was great. Flawless.
Yeah, other than that, it's just striking the right balance between work and helping the band rehearse. It's been nice seeing them again. I've really missed them. You could say that, considering how important I was in reforming the band, I'm like the fifth horseman of the apocalypse.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, well, I would. I think it's safe to say that without me, you would still be stuck in your jobs.
Still, I wouldn't really go as far as to say you're the fifth horseman, though.
I'm just thinking it would be a nice way to get some recognition around here.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. But still, the Fifth Horseman? Bit much, isn't it?
So you're saying my help wasn't useful?
No, 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 not at all. Besides, we might have already promised Peter Andre the position of Fifth Horseman if we needed the role.
How is Peter Andre even remotely apocalypsy?
You haven't seen him party.
Yeah, still, that's nothing compared to what I've done.
All right, Cynthia, enough's enough. I know you want the recognition, but you're not going to be the Fifth Horseman anytime soon. Don't let me have to take this any further, all right?
Oh, you want to go there, do you? All right, come here, say it to my face. I'll knock you on your arse.
Trust me, Cynthia. You don't want that to happen.
Oh, you want to bet? What are you, chicken?
Okay. I think one of the core foundations of our friendship is a feeling of mutual trust and respect.
Yeah, like the feeling that you're always going to be appreciated for your hard work.
And that neither one of us is going to try and overstep their boundaries and respond to concerns that overstep violently. I'm really hurt, you know. I think you might have actually broken my nose.
Oh.
I didn't even know you could. How can you break Death's nose? I mean, that's not physically possible. These bones aren't real.
Cynthia isn't just close with Death. Over her months in the afterlife, she's built up a good repartee with the other band members as well.
Oh, Cynthia's an absolute star, isn't she? I mean, she's just been really pulling her weight with the comeback, whether it be covering for Death so we can rehearse or being here in their absence. In fact, I say she's really the honorary Fifth Horseman of the Apocalypse.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah, nothing. Just feeling vindicated.
Yeah, I mean, she's really come into her own in the afterlife. She'll do just about anything. Like, Death was meant to have this interview with the health secretary later, and she stepped up to the plate to do it instead.
Wait, what?
The Four Horsemen. They are certainly a band. Lord knows that the Grim Reaper spent a lot of time on that project. Time that could really be spent on their job, perhaps. No, I guess it's not that big of a job. It's not like they're handling life and death on a cosmic scale, is it?
Well, it's a good thing I'm here now to help Death with their work.
Yes, you certainly have made an impact around here, haven't you? Everyone seems to love you.
What do you think of me?
You do a good enough job, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, it's been fun learning the ropes and getting to work alongside someone as legendary as Death.
Ah, yes. The Grim Reaper certainly is a professional. Though I do wish they'd stop wearing that stage outfit in the office. It's shirt and tie, not some sort of grime thing.
You have no idea what Death's band is really like, do you?
Well, Look at little Miss Know-It-All. Don't forget you're still the newbie round here.
Yeah, true. I don't know much about the afterlife yet. Like, where exactly are we?
Oh, the moon, dear. The entire afterlife is located inside the moon. Is this interview going to take that much longer?
Wait, what?
What? You need more? Fine. Cynthia, what's your experience with the band like?
No, hang on. We're currently on the moon.
Let's not dwell on that right now. Band? What's it like?
Yeah, they're great, I guess. Sorry, I just need to process this for a moment.
Come on, Cynthia. I haven't got all day. I think she's broken. Fantastic. Right, let's get this over with. My experience with the band. Well, I only got appointed the position of health secretary near the end of their career, so I didn't see much of it until this one turned up. Now, I have to say, they're certainly putting a lot of work into it. A lot of work. Isn't that right, Cynthia?
So when everyone dies, they go to the moon?
Yes, it's not a complicated idea, is it?
So heaven and hell, they're there too?
Mostly, though we have started shifting some of the more sinful souls to Venus. Can we get back on track here?
Yes, alright, I'm fine.
I have to say, the Grim Reaper certainly has a different repartee between me and their band. They're a lot more chatty, which I can't complain about, I suppose. Cynthia, what are they like with you?
But how do you fit everyone in there? Like, the moon's not that big, is it?
Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm a terribly busy person. I can't be wasting more time here.
No, wait, come back. I'm sorry. I have so many questions. Like zombies. Are they a thing? And vampires? What's the deal with them? And the teeth? Then come back!
Putting on a comeback show is no small feat. After so long without playing, the band needed all the time they could get in order to get themselves back and ready to perform.
Rehearsals have been going well, haven't they?
Yeah, I was worried we'd be rusty, but that is definitely not the case. When we're playing, it's like the last few centuries never happened.
And we've had some pretty hilarious moments while practicing too. I mean, look at what Famine's wearing. I thought the toga couldn't be topped, but that is just hilarious. Good to see you've not lost your sense of humour after all these decades.
This isn't a joke. This is just my normal outfit.
Oh.
Of course, it's been hard to practice without getting interrupted, as you can imagine, in the afterlife.
Hey gang, the health secretary's just discovered you're using the company conference call to do this interview. They're about to storm in. Good luck.
Ah, death, war, famine, pestilence. What are you doing on here? You wouldn't be possibly using government time and resources to do that interview, would you? Because that would be rather foolish.
No. What would even give you that idea?
Well, it just seems a rather large coincidence that all the band members just happened to be in a conference call at the same time.
Well, we were just, having a cross-departmental meeting.
Yeah, about a new plague idea I just had.
Oh, really? What's it called?
Greg,
It's quite punchy, isn't it?
And why does Greg need all of your input?
Well, Greg, they affect both humans and livestock, so they should cause a big old famine.
Yeah, and we'd imagine it would make the humans quite cranky, so there would be some kind of uptick in conflict, and that's why I'm here.
And Greg will probably kill loads of people as well, so I need to coordinate with everybody as well.
Yeah, it's a really big effort. We really want humanity to fear the name Greg.
Okay then. Good luck with Greg.
Right, let's hope we don't get any more interruptions.
Oh my god, I finally found you guys.
Oh shit, it's you.
I knew that Sal couldn't be trusted. Guys, I'm your biggest fan. Death, War, Pestilence, you guys are so good. And Famine. Famine, you're just, like, so great, so amazing, so fucking hot. Like Soviet famine of 1932, that was just sexy as fuck.
Thanks. I wasn't really going for sexy.
Famine, who the fuck is this?
It's just hunger really gets me revved up, you know? Oh my god, do you want to see my pictures? I've got this one, look, we're best friends. And this one, look, we're pointing at each other. And this one, oh my gosh, I bet your hair smells amazing. And this one, you're wearing a crown because, like, oh my god. And
We have quite devoted fans, wouldn't you say?
But it's been really fun. A good time, really.
The future? Oh, we're not too sure, really. Make more music?
Yeah, more touring, definitely. Reconnect with the crowd.
Yeah, get back in touch with ourselves and figure out our sound, for the modern age.
Who knows? Maybe we'll finally do the apocalypse for, like, real this time.
We're not actually doing that, are we?
Oh yeah, but
That'd kick up such a fuss.
We do not need any more shit from the higher ups than we already get.
well, it was just an idea, a bit of sizzle.
Sizzle? Do you really think getting fucked by our bosses is just a bit of sizzle?
And that's the story of the Four Horsemen, a band and friendship that has endured millennia. Who knows where the future will take them, what struggles they will face, what music they will make. But the entire afterlife will be eagerly listening, waiting for them to bring on the rapture.
We're really looking forward to seeing what the band comes up with next, aren't we?
Oh, of course. Their return has really revitalised the afterlife, brought a whole new energy to things. I cannot wait to see them return and perform again after all these centuries.
after the whole meeting fiasco, I might have difficulties getting in 100 feet of any of the horsemen. But I still have my pictures. Look at this one.
Well, I can't deny that the Grim Reaper certainly gives this band their all. I sometimes wish I could see that in their actual job.
It's been an amazing experience watching these people grow and reconnect as a band again. There's a real sense of camaraderie between them all, and they've been so welcoming of me into their crazy world.
Oh, it's given us a whole new lease of life. I think we were all in this rut, but getting the band back together, it's been a game changer.
Yeah, I was scared that doing this all again would just make us look ancient and out of touch, but you never lose it really, do you? That showmanship, that energy to perform.
I think the core to our success is our friendship. I think that's what's kept us together all these millennia. You know, the ability to just hang out with your mates, be creative, be stupid, be dramatic and scary. I really think that's what it's been.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I don't know what I'd be doing without these guys. You know, you, Famine, Pestilence, and maybe even Cynthia. It's been like a dream come true, to be honest. I just can't wait to go back to playing music with you all again, and maybe at some point even bring on the apocalypse.